It's been a long time coming. You ready?
The day has finally come.
Let's go.
Project Rolling Thunder hits the racetrack. After nearly 2.5 years of hard work, we're at Fairgrounds Speedway Nashville, tearing it up in our Supercharged Street and Track Ranger. It's all happening today here on Trucks.
Hey, welcome to the shop. Well, after today, the question that you guys keep asking us and that we have frankly asked ourselves, when are we going to pay off Rolling Thunder, will have been answered because we are going to the track. Now, if it looks a little bit different than it did the last time you saw it, there's a reason for that. It's actually all one color. And now it may look like primer, it's actually a top coat. This is Dead Rat Flat Black from the Eastwood Company, and it's paint. The problem with the black primer was when you scratched it, well, it would leave white marks because it was porous. This is a top coat and it's nearly bulletproof. But check out the stripes. They are a beautiful gloss black, and it's a true 2K catalyzed clear coat system. There's no color, just right over top of the flat black. And we use this. This is called 2K Aerospray. It's a catalyzed rattle can. Pretty cool product, and it looks beautiful for about 20 bucks. The other thing we wanted to show you, well, truck's got to be up on the lift.
Now, before we head out for the day, we wanted to swap out our street-type brake pads for something a little bit more aggressive. And since it's a good idea to match pads and rotors, well, we picked up a set of slotted EBC rotors as well. And they'll be a perfect match for our blue stuff pads. And this way we can minimize our stopping distance and keep our other pads and rotors kind of as a street set. And this is a track setup.
Now, we gave our buddy Dan Baker from Alumicraft a call, and those guys are famous for their street rod grills, but they also make all kinds of accent plates, emblems. So we sent them the letter type that we wanted for the Rolling Thunder logos, and this is what he sent back. This looks awesome. Now, we're going to put them on the fenders, but we're also going to put it right here on the back end of the truck because this is what most people are going to see.
Now, Project Rolling Thunder, while it is street legal, is a little too intense for a full throttle street or highway test. We needed to come to a place where we could really open this thing up and see what it could do. All right, now we're up here at a wet Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, and this truck's only seen street miles, so we want to be cautious, give it a few warm-up laps, take it into the pits, make sure everything's good to go. Then we can suit up, hope the track dries out, and give this thing a real workout. Now, a wet racetrack, 600 horsepower, concrete retaining walls, and a freshly built and kind of expensive pickup truck usually don't mix well together. So we're taking it easy, making sure no parts fall off, and keeping one eye on the gauges before we get too serious. Now, a few warm-up laps also gives us an opportunity to get acclimated to the truck, to see how it feels when we're fully strapped in. We can get used to the brake, the clutch, the throttle, and the steering, and get a good feel for the truck and how it reacts at speed. So you can do things on a racetrack you just can't get away with on the street.
Well, so far the truck is doing great. No worries, no concerns. And we've proved that we can go in a big circle and turn left. But Rolling Thunder was built for a heck of a lot more than that. So a couple of little adjustments on the front sway bar and the brake bias. We're going to throw some curves at this thing.
Oh, look, it's all wrapped up like a Christmas present. Now, we ordered this from Summit to match our truck. And it's a cool matte black. Just like our pickup, so let's do this. Once we finished suiting up with the safety gear we picked up from Summit Racing, we were able to get a little bit more aggressive with the truck and try to tap into its 600 plus horsepower. Now, trying to put the power down after running through a puddle can be difficult, but judicious application of the throttle will put power down without making you spin out. You just got to be careful. Now, this truck is not set up for a banked paved oval. It's just not a circle track truck. It's set up more for a road course. So we're kind of limited on how much speed we can carry through the banking just based on the suspension setup and alignment. But on the flat sections of the track, acceleration, braking, and turning, well, that's where this truck shines. Now you guys have probably noticed these aren't my work boots. They're thin-soled driving shoes, and they allow better pedal feel and feedback, letting you feel more in control of what you're doing. Now so far, we're feeling pretty confident about our little pickup truck. Our supercharged V8 is running great and making lots of power. The suspension feels tight and predictable, and if this darn rain will hold off a little bit, maybe we can go a little bit faster.
Now, what you may not realize is that Rolling Thunder essentially, well, it's a Mustang. Same supercharged 4.6, same 6-speed transmission, about the same gears, big brakes, lots of safety gear, adjustable shocks, all that kind of stuff. But it was the only way we were going to ever get to build a Mustang on truck, so don't tell the producers. Fairgrounds Speedway Nashville is an 18-degree banked paved oval that's 0.6 of a mile long. And races have been run in this location since 1904. And it comes as no surprise that some of the best drivers in the world have run this track.
Patty sent Kyle here. Bobby Allison sent Davey here. He sent Clifford here. They sent Adam here, Adam Patty here. Dale Earnhardt Sr. sent Dale Jr. here. He said, go to Nashville. If you can win there, you can win anywhere. Everybody loves this racetrack.
Another guy who loves this track is Sterling Marlin, son of Cuckoo Marlin, the track's first back-to-back champion in '65 and '66. Now Sterling's a two-time champ of the Daytona 500, a seasoned NASCAR vet, and it was cool to have him check out our truck.
Golly, what a motor.
Yeah, we shoehorned a lot
How in the
in
world
there.
did y'all get that thing in there?
And Sterling seemed to genuinely like what we have done.
I've been coming here since I was probably 2 months old. You know, Cale Yarborough and Bobby Allison, Richard Petty, and all of them watched them come off the corner here. And as a kid, you know, it's pretty neat. To me, it's the best short track in the country. I mean, in the United States, it's the second oldest racetrack. A lot of history here. A lot of Cup champions have started here and won on the Cup and won races. So a lot of Daytona 500 champions. I think I counted one of his 30-something guys who won the Daytona 500 have raced here. So it's a neat racetrack.
Now, we had a feeling the rain wasn't going to hold off forever, but the American Streetcar Series Run to Music City 2 is a rain or shine event. And sponsored by Jet Hot Coatings is the driving school that they put on the Friday before the weekend's events really get underway. Our good buddy Brian Finch and Kyle Tucker from Detroit Speed and Engineering put on the day-long school that ranges from classroom to in-car instruction. And the cool thing is you don't need a race car. You can use your daily driver because this class is about education.
That's what's so great about autocross. You don't have to have any experience and you don't have to have a high zoot car. You can bring out any car you want and run in an autocross.
And rain or shine, these guys were ready to run. And it was really cool seeing so many high-powered and great-looking cars and trucks not afraid of a few raindrops and willing to attack a wet and slick autocross course.
About as good as it gets.
So with the all clear from Kevin, I wiped the fog off the windshield, put the wipers on full bore, and gave it a shot. And you know what? The truck did surprisingly well. Usually with this much horsepower and rear tires this wide, it's typically a recipe for wagging the tail. But the truck was pretty much planted to the pavement. The tires did a great job of pushing the water out of the way and staying in contact with the asphalt, even through standing water. And major kudos to the guys in the yellow raincoats, willing to stand out here in the monsoon and work the course.
Hey, welcome back to Trucks, and welcome back to Fairgrounds Speedway Nashville. We just had to come back on a dry day because it wasn't fair to you guys, and it was not fair to Rolling Thunder not to see the awesome potential of this great little street track.
It's been a long time coming. You ready? Let's go.
Now, it was great having the Ranger here at a dry racetrack, because the last time we were here, so was Noah's Ark. And we've also made some suspension alignment changes as well. I always overcook that one.
Over rotation.
Now, those changes we made were increased negative camber on the front tires, which clearly didn't do anything for rear grip. I thought we had a dry track.
Leftover water.
Now, that increased negative camber will help even out front tire temperatures and even out the tire wear, which is a good thing since they're not exactly cheap. Now, this truck's got a ton of adjustability built into it. Between alignment and our triple adjustable coilovers, we can set this thing up for just about any road course. But that's what it's made for. So we won't be trying to dial it in for a banked oval.
Flat spot what?
Maybe I should have given the rear a little more grip too.
Man, this thing makes so much power. Torque in the bottom end all the way up to the red line. This thing just pulls strong.
Now, a big reason this truck handles so well out of the box is because a lot of time was spent on both suspension software and in the shop making sure that the suspension was done correctly. And playing a big part of that is Jack Hidley from Maximum Motorsports. He made sure we had the right spring rates and the shocks were valved to match. The proof is in the video, so thanks, Jack. Now, the only concern we had all day was that after a handful of hot laps, the engine got a little bit warm and took some cool down time. But other than that, the truck performed flawlessly. Now, our extended length shifter that we got from American Powertrain made shifting our Magnum T56 6-speed both precise and smooth.
Man, this track's kind of got a rough texture and it's kind of a fine line in between grip and losing control and spinning out.
Now, this low angle shot is in real time and gives a great perspective on how fast this truck is getting around the racetrack. Now, the track surface is rough, and putting power down after a 180 transition onto pit lane is an exercise in throttle control. Now, our BFGs are street tires, and they're doing a great job of keeping our truck planted on the track. Now, it's probably a good idea that we installed brake cooling ducts, because we were working them hard. The truck was going from wide open throttle to a foot full of brake pedal. The truck didn't have much time to cool the brakes off, cruising around the oval.
Man, this thing pulls, it just never stops. Well, I hate to relinquish the driver's seat, but I guess it's only fair to give you a shot.
Now, this truck was years in the making, but after today, it's very clear to me, it's all worth it.
Hey, welcome back to KT's Turn, driving Rolling Thunder at the racetrack.
Ready to switch up?
Yep.
Not ready to give it up.
I won't bend it.
Just try to be nice and smooth on the transition from like fourth down into third or second up into third, just because the less you upset the truck, the better balance and more traction you're gonna have.
So far, this truck handles better than my Pro Touring Mustang.
Brake, 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 brake.
Now, I learned how to drive on a frozen lake in Canada, but it's a far cry from a high-banked oval. And Ryan was giving me some pointers that really helped. Competition driving is not just about going fast in a straight line. You got to pay attention to the sound of the tires and the feedback that the vehicle's giving you.
Turn in, it's gonna want it, it's gonna rotate, just let it. Yep. Yep, left, left. Braking, braking. Yep. Now just feel it out. Yeah. Yep, third gear.
The combination of all of that raw power and a dry track can give you a false sense of confidence, but you've got to learn the balance and respect the track surface and its flaws to really get a good feel for driving at speed.
Running a little warm, running a little warm. All right, we got this thing running hot. We're gonna give it some cool down time. It'll give us a chance to go over the line a little bit and figure things out. Next time he comes back out, we can hit a little bit harder. That was good though.
We also wanted to give a big shout out to Robert and JP for volunteering their time to keep us safe here today on the track. And these guys are just one more reason to where Fairgrounds Speedway is a great place to come and race, as well as have some good seat time in the stands. Thanks, guys.
All right, I'm strapped in, I'm ready. We good? All right, let's do it.
All right, which one's the brake?
Oh man, I'm getting out.
Now, with a couple laps under my belt and the truck at normal operating temperature, it was time to kick it up a notch and stamp down on the loud pedal just a little bit harder. And trust me when I tell you that Rolling Thunder answers the call.
Get into third when you get a chance. Braking, braking, turn in. Yep, turn in, get closer to the right side. Okay, there you go. Now just leave it there.
Now, there's a lot going on, and it is happening fast between what the truck and the track are telling you, plus somebody beside you feeding you real-time information and suggestions. Now, it's a lot to absorb, but it's seat time, and that's the best teacher of all.
It's gonna rotate, just let it. Yep. Yep, left, left. Braking, braking. Yep. Now just let it, feel it out. Yeah.
Now, the seat time is great, but actually getting to drive on the same track as Richard Petty, Dale Earnhardt, Bobby Allison, well, that's truly an honor. And that's something we get to tick off the bucket list. Not a bad day at work.
Man, I just don't want to stop. I want to keep going around in circles. I'd like to turn right sometime, but this is awesome.
Now, Ryan's got his track license, he's had hours and hours of training, and I tell you what, it's sure nice to have somebody that can coach you through picking your line, when to brake, when to heel toe. So anytime you can take advantage of the Jet Hot Coating Schools, the American Street Car Series, that type of thing, educate yourself. It sure is nice, and I sure appreciate it, man. Where is he? Cole.